Hey everyone, this is Kim with Abundant Life Tarot, and we are doing another little bite-sizable video where I am discussing just some little thoughts, tidbits that can help you on your card reading journey. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about when do you know it's time to get a reading and when it may not be time to get a reading. Maybe it might be time to do something else. Let's just kind of go through it, and I'm going to kind of wing it. I didn't even really write any notes. I just put different areas where and I'm hoping it'll just jog my memory. And then of course, if you all think of different scenarios when a reading is called for and then when a reading is not called for, put them in the comments section below. I'm curious to hear what you have to say. I know everyone else is curious too. So let's get started. So let's first talk about when it's probably time to get a good reading, and we could look at the areas of love, jobs, career, and then life changes or life purpose. So oftentimes a good time to get get a reading is when you are seeking out love for a while, and maybe you've had a time and it's just not happening, and you're wondering not so much of when love is going to come. I mean, obviously you are, but maybe more about what you can do to help love come in, or maybe look at why it hasn't come in yet. A tarot reading can help with that. It can also help in situations where you are in an established relationship, not reading, in an established relationship with your partner, and you want to know how to keep the love going, keep the communication open. You are hoping that things are going to work out. Maybe there's been like a little patch of trouble. A tarot reading can help with that. Now, in those situations, both whether you're single or you are in a relationship, sometimes you may need more than what a tarot reading can offer. Maybe you may need to speak to a counselor. And there's many different resources, believe it or not, that are free right now during this whole COVID-19. I'm recording this in June 2020. That, maybe through your work, through an employee assistance EAP program, you can get some sessions through that. There's all these different free resources out there. So, sometimes in the love area, you may need something more than a tarot reading can offer. Is if you find that you've been going to a tarot reader, or you've been shopping tarot readings over and over again for a situation, you probably are now in need of some additional assistance. There's no judgment there, because I, from time to time, and many other people on this planet, need additional assistance from a therapist or a counselor. Because if you're constantly shopping around looking for answers from a tarot reader, or if you are not able to really just soak in or be able to take in what may need to change in order to allow love in, for example, or if you constantly are in a situation where you're in relationships and then you break up and you're not able to receive that information, maybe a therapist can be able to help you with that. And then also if you're having troubles with relationships, or if there is some violence, or if there's a lot of emotional or financial abuse. Financial abuse would be defined as where a partner in the situation is financially holding the purse strings and holding it over you, and making it where you're almost destitute in order to get their love. You have to show all this different stuff, and no. So I'm all, no. So you probably needed some additional assistance beyond what a tarot reading can do. Tarot readings can do amazing things. Tarot readings, for me, doing my own tarot readings, have helped me to navigate some big things in my life, and help me manifest in terms of I manifest, right, co-creatively with spirit. But the tool with the tarot is, it helps you with those questions when you're along your journey and you're like, okay, this has come up. How do I deal with this? I know my intention. I know where I'm trying to go, but how do I deal with this? And so that's why I love tarot readings, but it's not the end-all be-all. It can't be. Sometimes there's soul work that needs to happen. Sometimes there's spiritual work that needs to happen that's beyond what the tarot or oracle or any card deck could do for you. Okay, so just saying that. Jobs and careers, it could be super helpful to help you when you're looking and seeking for a job and you're like, okay, what can I do? What's my selling point? What's my strengths? You know, a tarot reading can help with that. A tarot reading can help with limitations or challenges you may experience on your job hunt. Maybe on, you know, your interviewing. The tarot reading can help with that. It could also be predictive, tell you how things are going to turn out for an interview. If you're seeking a job or if you're already working with the company on a promotion, you've been wondering what's going to happen. Or maybe you are starting out a career, you're not sure what to do, where to go, even what where your career is going to be. Or those who are phasing out of their work life. Maybe they're getting ready to retire, but they're not even knowing that they're at that point yet. A lot of times retirement probably hits people when they least expect it. Some people kind of probably go through this whole thing where they know and they sense it, where others it's something that forces them to retire. So tarot readings are very powerful in helping with that. And it can even help with those who are chronically unemployed or chronically getting fired or what have you. They can look at the root issue. But sometimes if you're having a hard time, even if you know the root issue, but you're having a hard time overcoming certain habits that keep you, like maybe you're constantly late and you've tried the tarot reading told you were constantly, late, or you constantly procrastinated and missed deadlines and you keep losing your job, or, maybe where you thought you were going to be that you studied for in college, maybe that's just not what's going to really manifest in the real world for you, but maybe there's something that encompasses something bigger and bolder for you. Tarot readings can help. They can. But then when you start to not be able to make that shift, to do what it is to get you going out of there, you continuously, beyond the tarot reading, still have chronic unemployment, still have chronic issues. That's when a therapist or I think they call it a vocational counselor can help. Someone can help you. Don't be afraid to get assistance. Don't be afraid to get a tarot reading either, because those are very helpful. Trust and believe. I have the bulk of my business is repeat clients. People who are like, they come for spiritual nourishment oftentimes, but more often they have a situation they want to work through. And so readings do help, but we have to, as tarot readers, be legit and be real with people when we start to see patterns with our clients and say, I think I see here that you've come to me 4 different times for the same issue. And Spirit has downloaded some information, some great information. You kind of tried things, but you kind of fell off. You didn't want to do it. And now we're still repeating the same pattern. We're repeating the same thing over and over again. I don't see any changes. I think you might want to work with a vocational counselor, or maybe, here's a hotline to some different, therapists in your area that maybe could do virtual Skype, or Zoom therapy sessions. Check it out. Have that ready and on demand, or have that in your in your, lexicon to say, because sometimes people don't necessarily need continuous readings over and over again to hear the same thing. Yeah, it's okay to hear the same thing once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. Like maybe you heard it twice in a succession, and then maybe a few months down the line you might need to hear it again. We have those friends. I was that person too. Like sometimes it took me a while to know when a situation was over. A reading can help, but you got to know when to just delegate it to someone else. And then finally, life changes and transformational changes and life purpose. Those type of readings are also huge. A lot of my clients come to me for that purpose for a reading. And I love those so much. The love readings and life purpose readings and life transformation readings are my favorites. Because, you know, helping someone navigate a big change in their life, a big transformation is just beautiful. I love it. I live for it. And it's super helpful for someone who is navigating a change. I know for me personally, I have gone and requested professional readings around my career. They've been accurate. They've helped me. They were honest. They told me, no, that's not going to happen. I see you doing something else, which is going to work out a lot better for you in the end. You don't see it now. You're going to be disappointed, but that's okay. You'll be fine. Yada, yada, yada. I've had readings that I've done for myself to help me navigate a housing situation where I went from my rent was going up by $250 a month to, I'm like, you know, screw that. I'm going to buy a home and just do that instead. And the universe conspired to make that happen. So tarot readings for those things are powerful to help people navigate those changes, to help them see the signposts in their life, to let them know that, yeah, you might feel like you're in the eye of the storm, but you are going to get through this. You are so strong. And actually, there's a beautiful, bigger blessing on the other side. But the risk of that is that people could, you know, you just have to be careful when you're going through life changes. A tarot reading is powerful and will be helpful. But when you're going through certain life changes, whether it's maybe gaining sobriety or navigating, you know, recovering from some sort of financial crisis or some sort of emotional or financial or physical abuse, you probably also need the help of a therapist, a licensed therapist or a licensed psychiatrist, or, you know, don't go this alone. Let the, you know, I've had experts tell me, like, I've gone to get, you know, go to a therapist and they're like, you know what, you're grieving and you're spot on and you're on your, you know, you're doing your work. I'm glad you touched base. How are you feeling? Do you feel suicidal? Blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. Good. I've had therapists say, you know what, you're fine. Here, go to a support group if you need that. But I think you're fine. You're doing your work. Keep doing your work. And sometimes that's all you're going to need. And then other times you're going to need something a little bit more in depth. So don't go it alone, folks. But definitely know when it's time to get a tarot reading, which is often in the beginning. And then know when it's time to maybe just say, you know what, let me enlist some additional help, additional resources, and then come back to the reading. Let's do that. All right. I hope you guys find this information helpful. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you think? What are your thoughts about this topic? And yeah, if you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want more content like this, please subscribe. All right, guys, take very good care of yourselves. Sending you so much love, so many blessings, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.